Hi, Stuart Epps, record producer here. Just to tell you a bit about myself, I started off working for Dick James Music back in the late 60s. Dick James Music was a music publishers, and they were actually the Beatles music publishers, so that was a bit amazing. We then went on to form our own record label called DJM. One of the first artists on that label was a guy called Reg Dwight, who changed his name to Elton John, and we all know went on to make great success. But at that time, he was making demos in the studio. I was helping with those demos. We were promoting him in the office, and I went on to then tour with him as his personal assistant in America and see his real rise to fame, really. So it was an amazing time to watch him go from singer-songwriter to this amazing artist selling millions of records. So that was a great start. Elton then started his own label called Rocket Records. I was involved right from the beginning then in A&R, and we were looking for new artists, and this was quite new at the time to have an independent label to come up against the big labels, but we did very well, you know, and that was a great time. That was in the mid-70s. Then went on to work for Gus Dudgeon, Elton John's producer, who built this incredible studio called The Mill. Worked with all sorts of artists that he was producing, including Elton John. And then the studio actually got bought by Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin. I went on to work with Jimmy for the next 5 years as his engineer and started producing bands from Atlantic Records, Twisted Sister, Vandenberg, and then we had other artists who were friends of Jimmy's. Bill Wyman came in, and George Harrison, and I did do the last Zeppelin album, worked with Jimmy's band called The Firm, so they were great times as well. So after that, I started my own studio called Wheeler End. Now we're talking about 1990s. Worked with lots of great artists, Oasis, Robbie Williams, some really great bands there as well. Having my own studio was a great situation. So I've been very lucky. That's really my career has been great in that respect. But coming on to Music Xray and the submissions that I'm getting, what do I look for? Obviously it's the same as when I was in A&R at DJM, really. I mean, obviously we're working for the next Beatles or the next Zeppelin or the next Elton John or the next Robbie Williams, whatever it is. But you know, I'm just sort of clear my mind. I've got an open mind and very broad spectrum of music that I like. So I just listen to the artist, listen to the vocals, listen to the songs, and obviously it'd be great to find great musicians and great singers and great songs. Leading on from that, what I can do is, based on the submissions, is then offer anything from remixing to going to full production. You know, I'm doing albums with artists now where I'm only given maybe a lead vocal and guitar, and I can add the rest, drums, bass and guitars and backing vocals or whatever's needed really to make it into a great production. But I don't do it just for the sake of it. I mean, it really is, I just use my experience to bring the best I can to the submissions that I'm given and to the new artists that I'm given to work with, and certainly it's worked out and it's working out very, very well so far. Music Xray, I've been with right from the beginning, right from when they first started, and it was a pretty innovative thing that they were doing, is bringing unsigned artists in front of record producers like myself and really introducing them firsthand to people in the music business, and there was really nothing around like it at the time, and they really are the best music platform on the internet at the moment. And certainly from my point of view, it's been absolutely brilliant. I'm working with bands from across the world now, from America, Canada, all over Europe, as far away as Australia and New Zealand and Africa and Israel, and basically all over the world, because there's just no limits really now what you can do with the internet. WAV sharing, I use Dropbox, which is a great method of WAV sharing, and really it's just an amazing tool now to be able to work with artists from all over the world, and that's what Music Xray has allowed me to do. So I'm absolutely a great champion of Music Xray, and look forward to seeing and hearing more of your submissions and making more great music in the future. So thank you very much. Cheers.